So let's talk about the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Let's talk about Imola, because Imola isn't on the calendar next year for Formula One. Its current contract expires at the end of this season, so we may not see it on the calendar next year. It's one of just 2 races currently on the 25 calendar that's not on the calendar for 26, that would be in Las Vegas. Now, I spoke at length about why the Imola circuit needs to be on Formula One's calendar. It deserves its place there far more than a lot of other races, I think. I really do love this track. I've explained about it in length in that video if you guys want to check it out, but after watching this year's race, I very much do think that it needs to deserve to stay on the calendar, because the one kind of black mark against Imola really for me is the fact that it's not the most entertaining usually when it produces races. It has a real tendency to be very difficult for cars to get past, but the 25 edition very much kind of kicked that rumour to the curb. Well, not rumour really, it has been proven in previous seasons that it can be very difficult to overtake around here, despite some changes that really should encourage that. But we saw so much action during this weekend's race. Go watch it back if you haven't seen it already. Honestly, I don't want to say it's a modern classic, it's not quite on that level, but it was a very solid Formula One Grand Prix, and amid the 7 races we've had so far, this has been one of the best without a doubt. Definitely better than Japan, better than Saudi, probably better than Bahrain, I would say as well, quite comfortably, better than Miami in truth as well, if you discount the actual sprint race we saw on that Saturday, which was just absolutely insane. But honestly, this is a great track and it deserves its place on the calendar. You've got the Ferrari fans there out in force, the Tifosi. You had all these alternate strategies, you know, Hamilton and Leclerc starting outside the points, getting well into the points, Hamilton close to getting a podium. You had all the drivers trying to get past through Tamburello, which is the only real overtaking spot on the track, although we did see some really impressive moves going through the Villeneuve chicane. Who was it did an overtake on Russell through Villeneuve? I feel like it was one of the McLarens, but I could be mistaken with that. But, you know, this is a real car breaker as well. We've seen a lot of reliability issues over the years here. It's a very difficult one for the cars. We saw a couple of reliability actual issues that caused retirements this week, and Kimi Antonelli tragically being one of them. His first home race unable to finish. Esteban Ocon, I believe, was the other one too. So for me, this 2025 edition of the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix has absolutely proved that it needs to stay on the calendar. It deserves its place. Will it stay on the calendar? I don't think so. I think if it's going to stay on the calendar, it will probably be as a race rotation with Barcelona, but we'll see. You know, I hope I'm wrong on that one, but I really do think this 2025 edition of this race has proven that it needs to stay, because you've also got the 26 regulations coming in too. You know, let's not forget about that. The cars will be a little bit more narrow, they will be a little bit more lighter, and apparently they will be a lot easier to get in, you know, into overtaking positions against each other. So I very much do believe it needs to stay on the calendar. It is right to stay on the calendar, but we'll see what Formula One does, because, you know, they don't always think about the fans, they always think about the money. Simple as that. But we'll see what happens, guys. What do you think? Did this year's race actually change your mind when it comes to the Imola race? You might think that, you know, Max Verstappen winning comfortably is kind of a boring race, but it was not a boring race. Look at all the battles going through the midfield. It was relentless, it was non-stop, and I was loving it. I was really enjoying it. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, guys, and I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today, and make sure you catch the highlights of the race. Go watch my 5 things reviewed for this race. I kind of sum it up as best as I can in a relatively bite-sized video. So yeah, see you soon, guys. Have a great day.